It's gonna be real funny when the tweets come back to bite ya. It is all that feeds you. How do you sleep with the things you do? Fill the pockets till it hurts. Fill the pockets. Fuel the rockets. Fill the pockets. Let's go. It's a game. More money than you'd ever wish for. It's a game. And still you're hungry. Yeah, you want more. Money games. Let's play. Raise the stakes. It's a game. More money than you'd ever wish for.
Hey guys, it's Tizzy time, and today I have 4 special guests with me, and I'm and I'm here to talk my shit as usual. And I have 4 guests, like I said. I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves and start off. And like I said, it's Tizzy time. I know I've been inconsistent and not doing what I was supposed to be doing, but we back, so that matter, Jack. And yeah, so we're gonna start around the table. We could start with my right. Miss Girl, go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm Kyla.
Anything you want to say about you?
Hello.
Okay, and say like one fun fact or something you think people should know.
I'm tall.
She tall. All right, and then you could popcorn. Look, you could popcorn like we're in school. You could pass it along, and just
Okay.
everybody could keep going.
I'm Bree.
Big Bree.
Yeah, period. I'm funny, but yeah, we all know that.
And that's that.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah, it's you.
It's my time to go.
It's your time to shine.
Hey, how y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's Mizzy once again. Y'all remember this voice. You can never forget it. And, I'm back. I know y'all wanted to hear me, so I'm here.
And one thing about you, besides you being, super confident, anything you want to say? You got to say one thing. One fun fact.
I thought me being here was a fun fact enough.
Please.
I thought that.
Passing it along.
All right.
How do you follow up when they put on like the whole suave voice?
I mean, just
Okay.
not be fake suave.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. This is Samantha. No. I'm Samantha.
Big Sam Purr.
Something good about me. I mean, one fun fact. They're all fun facts. You learn something about me, it's going to be a blessing your way.
I love the confidence on this podcast today. It's just like exuding like real BDE, So I'm liking that. But today I have my special guest here. We're going to just be talking a lot of, BS, but of course keeping some facts at bay. Not all, though, because we like to be very educated here and speak, some facts. We don't just be on here saying, I don't like cheese because cheese is cheese. No, we're going to give a reason why we don't like cheese, But today we're talking about various things. I mean, usually I have a set schedule to go forward and just basically talk about what I do or what's coming up and etc. But I feel like every time I come on this podcast, I was about to say this TikTok, Lord forgive me. But every time I get on this podcast, I'll be like, oh, this is coming soon, that's coming soon. And then I fall through, I don't follow through. So I'm not promising nothing this time. Just like I said, it's a lot of confidence on this podcast today. So be blessed that I'm giving you that shine and that drama and that thing to send back to your mama.
Okay, so question, just to ask in the middle of the process.
Ask. No, definitely.
This is new for me.
Yes. And all my guests are fairly new. 2 of them on the podcast, Miss Bree Girl and Miss Kyla Girl. They about to start their podcast very soon, so keep tuning in, y'all. Tune in.
So
Simple.
Is this like a live thing or is this like an edit thing?
So what's fun about my podcast is it's unfiltered and unedited. I do minimal editing, so whatever's on this podcast is going out to the world.
Cool.
And, every podcast has its niche. I feel like that's a good one for me, just keeping it as raw and unfiltered as possible because
I like that.
I don't like the fake stuff. No filters, no additives. Pure beef. You hear
I'll
me?
Be back to my selfies.
Period.
All the filters for my selfies, please.
I'm the same way. Put it on the filters, but don't put it on the cast, But definitely unfiltered, unedited. Like I said, what you see is what you get. And that's what I pride myself in. So we're going to rock out with, what I started with and just be unfiltered, unedited, funny, and really, talk about that stuff, talk about that shit. You know, so I don't know what y'all want to start off talking about. Like, I feel like my guest should start off the conversation today. Usually, I jump in and be like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about this," but I feel like I got so many good guests on here. Like, we definitely could get the topics rolling. And y'all should see how they looking at me right now. Like, we did not prepare for this, bitch. Like, we following your lead.
So I guess I'll start it off.
Okay, Mr. Confident.
I guess I'll start it off with something that's been trending all over social media. The Johnny Depp.
I knew.
Mizzy has been following this so heavily. I feel like Mizzy is about to become counsel on how heavy he's. Johnny Depp, if you need a lawyer, you need a paralegal, you need assistance and counsel, he here for you.
Justice for JD. But yeah, I mean, I guess we could start off with that because it's a whole lot to talk about as far as domestic violence abuse and it being both parties, or it being you. Sorry, for stammering over my words, or it being able to be a woman as far as she's doing the domestic violence and the man being a victim. Now we're getting to see that end of the spectrum as far as not all men are the abusers, or
right.
Not all men are the aggressors in the situation. Sometimes it's a woman that might be gaslighting or trying to get you to a certain point where then you become what everybody tries to picture you as, or what you've been painted as. So, you get to see that end of the spectrum as in, not saying everything, the whole situation, it hasn't been faulted on his end, but now you get to see that he's, he was in a situation where I feel like he was more so the victim than the abuser.
Sure. And just to give a little backstory before we really delve into the conversation, if anybody's unaware of what's going on right now, of course, we're discussing the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard defamation trial. An article came out maybe 7 years ago, of course, defaming Johnny Depp based off of accounts that he was physically and mentally and sexually assaulting or abusing his wife at the time, Amber Heard. Of course, article, I believe the Daily Mail published it. Now Amber is basically suing, of course, Daily Mail and Johnny Depp, with Johnny Depp countersuing and suing, of course, the Daily Mail and also Amber Heard.
This came out 7 months ago or 7 years
Oh, sorry.
ago?
Yes, my apologies. Thank you so much. I said months.
You said
Look
years.
Oh, yeah,
So
it's 7, yeah. 7 years
clarification.
ago. So this was during the time they were married. I believe it was 2015.
So 2013.
Oh, so actually it was 2013 when it started. My apologies. You're absolutely right, because Rum Diaries came out 2011. So 2013 to 2015 is when this was going on. So about anywhere between 7 to 9 years ago that they've been, of course, hurting this on. But I'm pretty sure nobody here disagrees with what Mizzy is saying as far as it goes with seeing a domestic abuse relationship now where it's the man who is the victim and the woman is the aggressor. So I guess my first question would be that what brings a woman to a point where she makes up a narrative? And I'm not saying she made one up. I'm just saying it's a question. Makes up a narrative to paint Johnny Depp or an actor, whoever, her husband at the time, as a villain when it seemed like it's two sides to a party. So what do you guys think about it? I don't want to really put any think pieces in your head to stray you from your own decision or your own thought process. So what do we think? And, of course, during this time, everybody can't speak on the mic, so let's be respectful of talking one at a time. But whoever wants to start.
It's crickets in here.
I know, and I don't like that.
I mean, for me, I feel like I don't know what would make any person want to go and just defame somebody's name. You're over here bringing down everything that he's built up. And if it's not true, where it's pain to me. I feel like hurt people hurt people.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's got to be some kind of pain behind it. And I feel like for every lie, there's some kind of truth in it. So where is that at? But to speak on how the rules are kind of it's bringing the light of how women are abusers. I feel like it's so common that women are abusers and it's pushed under the rug and it's assumed that they're, in defense of their self or whatever. when a lot of times it's the opposite. Like the men are the ones trying to defend themselves. And how do you stand up when you're a male against a lady's accusation? Like you literally have to like fight yourself out of it. Like you're guilty until proven innocent in these kind of cases.
And we've seen that a lot recently too. It's funny, right? Like over the past couple years, the whole male-female debacle about who's telling the truth, who's lying, who's victim shaming, who's victim hurting, basically using a bunch of victims together to make their case seem stronger. And a lot of the times it comes out that the woman is the liar. I mean, like we've seen it in cases with Chris Brown. Chris Brown was not too long ago being sued for $2 million for allegedly raping and sexually assaulting a woman. And then it came out through his own eyes and through his own mouth and his own accounts that the woman was saying this because she was getting left on red, or he wasn't really entertaining her in a space that she wanted to. And it's really crazy how dangerous that could be in this climate, right? Like we could just go forward as women, because we're trusted, of course, and just say, hey, I was pushed at a party by a man, but in my head I felt like he was groping me. So I go out and say I was groped. But to many it may not look like that. So it becomes the question, what is too far? You know, what breaks that barrier of real accounts and uncomfortability and, you know, actually being something that happened. Because we all become uncomfortable as women, right? I mean, us even walking outside late at night or walking to a supermarket saying wearing something that may be a little tight, and we get that unwanted male attention. But where's the line between he catcalled me and I didn't like it and he assaulted me, you know? Right. So that's my question so far.
You don't make it a double standard.
I agree. So but then it poses the question of, when do men feel uncomfortable in situations with women and similar spaces? Like, are men being catcalled? I'm sure it happens, but is it happening at the same rates as it's happening with women? You understand what I'm saying?
Look, if you think about it, and this is why you can't hold it to a double standard. If you think about it, right, for every man that's raped, how many you think come forward?
That's true. That's very true.
Now you go to, and if you really just picture it, me going to a police station, me right now, yo, that woman raped me. They're probably all gonna look at me and laugh. Probably have one or two of them that might take me serious. So even just, hey, I'm younger, and some woman decides to take advantage of me, drug me. Boom. Excuse me. All I catch me is her doing something to me while I'm sleeping in the days or whatever, and she take my bread, whatever. So she raped me. Not only did she date rape me, she stole whatever I had. But now I go report that. Who's believing me? Yeah, you? Huh. Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's what the movie Hustlers is ultimately all about, right? Women, men going to strip clubs,
but you know what happened?
Saying they were robbed, nobody believing them, of course.
It took for 100 of them.
Of course, I'm saying, I'm agreeing, actually.
So now if you think about it, it took a while, because I watched that movie. It was quite interesting, even from a man's perspective, because they got on some real grisly shit, not on no man shit, they got on some grisly shit. It was like, yo, we about this bag, and this is how we gonna go about it. So you just gotta respect the game. Don't hate the player. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, they did what they had to do to survive. But their plan wasn't that solid proof. So this is what happened. The dude started. Now remember, the first 5 dudes that went, it was like, yo, all the officers all laughed at them. But then as the years went by, and it was like 20, 50, 100, that's when the officers was like, nah, 100 dudes can't all be saying the same thing, or whatever the number was, but it was a large amount. They can't. That's the only time it gets looked into. But if you just so happen to be that unlucky guy, and it happens to you that one time, and some woman just comes and goes and vanishes like a ghost in the night, then what? It was only because they were stripping in a specific spot, and it was a paper trail. That's what made it. But if they were strippers going from Houston, New York, Baltimore, wherever, if they just kept going different places and they only racked up just 10 men here or whatever, let's just say 50 men here, 50 men there, you making yourself is less of a trail, because now it's multiple women that you coming across, and now it's like, now that investigation will take years. But because they was in one spot, there was a paper trail. It was a trail. They got caught. That was it. But other than that, that wouldn't have happened. So that's how I feel. They can't you can't hold this to a double standard. So if a man cries like, yo, some woman raped me, they should be held to the same penalty that a man is, and maybe then.
So do you feel like society and the double standards that they put with men and women are to blame? Because, for example, I could be sitting at this table and I could say that I slept with 5 men in the last 2 months, and I would be labeled as a hoe. But then if you were to say as a man that you slept with 5 women in the last 2 months, they're going to be like, yeah, my dude, you get it.
You the guy.
You the man. So, like, in a sense, you have to take that double standard out of society as well, because, you know, if we want, you have to, like, make yourself with sex kind of be the weaker person. Not the weaker person, but you know what I'm trying to say?
Less sexually liberated.
Like, yeah, you have to, because if you're going to be the dominant, if you're going to be the masculine one all the time, it's kind of hard to put you in the box of, okay, he was not, you know, consensual. Which, again, I know that this happens and it's not right. And I feel like with men, there's so many expectations and standards that have been brought from the past history of us that men can't express their emotional needs, their physical needs in a proper way because society looks down on them. So when it comes to these sensitive subjects that we're talking about, where a man is the victim, you know, we have to get out of the whole role of the society that a man is weaker than or less than for bringing up these matters. We have to be accepting of it from everybody.
I like the way that you pivoted to that from more so Johnny Depp what is it? Specificity or specificity? I forgot what it is.
I don't know. What word you saying?
It's specialty, right?
Specifically.
No, I know specifically, but like, what would you call it? Like, I don't know. Listen, I'm trying to be Merriam-Webster, and I'm not. None of like, my father would black right now because it's like, what did I make you read the dictionary for every day? And you don't even know how to use the word. But it's funny how we as but what I'm trying to transition to basically is just going forward and talking about next steps on double standards. I like pivoting to that. So just talking about being a woman in this time, in this social climate, and what it is to be a man. Huh?
It's so many of them.
Yes, it really is, and I'm glad you know, so you could talk on it. Just kidding. But
So many.
to even like pivot. So what's great is that we're going to talk about that. I'm going to set a timer. We're going to have 5-minute topics. This is something new I'm introducing, so we're not delving on something and it gets that intensity going. So I'll do 5 topics, 5 minutes each, and we'll talk on them because there are a lot of double standards. And we could also transition into talking about Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, who passed away yesterday, but who made his fortune and his living and his name and livelihood off of analyzing the people in this generation and what they need in a partner. So I think that's pretty awesome. So we can start the clock. I'm setting it off with Kyla Girl, and she's going to talk about, you know, a double standard that is more so looked at as cool for a woman or uncool for a woman and cool for a man, or cool for a man and uncool for a woman. So on the clock. On your mark. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, and timer, go.
Well, I mean, for me, I would say, like, the first one, like, especially being young, like, 21 years old in this generation, like, a guy could go out, be with 5 girls at one time, and they're like, oh, that's the dog, and that's the man, and you're the man, and you're a pimp, and you know what I mean? But, like, girl, especially now, it's just like, oh, well, she's a hoe. Don't talk to her, and this and this and that.
Fast.
And I feel like
She's fast. And
yeah.
that terminology is so toxic, too.
I was going to say, like, the word, like, just even hoe, like, I feel like it should be a different, like, definition for that, you know?
I agree, because ultimately a hoe is a gardening tool, right?
Yeah.
And a hoe does its job well, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm just confused on how that became the terminology for a
Right.
woman who is sexually liberated. A hoe, a nympho, a slut, a whore, a trick. It's so many terms for a woman who is sexually free. But for a man, what is it for a man? Oh, you're the man. Like you said, you're the dog.
Yeah.
If it's a man who sleeps with a lot of girls, oh, you're a player. They get those names too,
yeah.
slut and whore, but it's not in a negative context like it would be for a woman.
Right.
You a slut and whore as a man. Oh, girls say that, and it's so funny because I noticed that a lot in my generation. Girls will be like, oh, I can't mess with you. You're a slut. But it gets that attraction going even more. Like some women like knowing that a guy is sexually attractive to other women. That turns them on because they feel like, oh, I've won a prize or I'm this. And it's like, what did you really win? You know, like, it's not yours.
Right.
It's nobody's. He's himself.
I feel like.
Sorry, yes, let the man speak.
Nah, you got it. And, I feel like, and it just hit me while we was, talking about this topic. I feel like basically, with our generation and the generation to come, that there's no moral code.
No.
No,
Not
the
at
moral
all.
code has been lost a long time ago.
So the fact that there's no moral code, right? A lot of and I don't mean to stray, but it's the topic within the topic. The fact that there's no moral code, everybody's all over the place. Men, women, not everybody, but out of a let's just give it a rough, out of 1 million, you probably gonna have in today's generation, out of 1 million, you're probably gonna have 10 good ones.
Coming down half on time.
I say that to say, the fact that we don't have a moral code and there's no structure, we're all over the place as far as in like how we feel about certain things, and it's still like, well, the way my father raised me was, okay, just because you sleep with 10 women doesn't justify anything. It still degrades you as a man. You're not as special. You're not, okay, you may have more experience, but it's nothing special about you. It's the same with a woman. So in that sense, there shouldn't be a double standard. You know what I'm saying? Because for every time you do that, you lose a piece of you, and you gain a piece of somebody else. Yeah. So that's the reality of intertwining with another soul.
But a lot of people are not aware of that because people are just jumping. And that's another dangerous thing too, jumping and jumping. Next person, next person.
Sex is so over, fantasized nowadays. Everything is sex nowadays.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everything.
From the shows we watch to the images we see.
Commercials, images,
everything.
music, everything is sexualized. So before, the older generations, they would be discreet about everything and conservative, and what happens in the room stays in the room. Everything is in the open now, and so our children are seeing and being exposed to these things at younger ages. So now our children are having children, and now the children that are having these children are creating our new society. And I'm part of that society. I was 16 when I had my daughter, so I'm very aware of what it is to be a child and have a child. And I can tell you right now that if I had the structure that I needed as a child, and the motivation and integrity to uphold my family's name, I would have went a different route. But now my child, who is beautiful and she's amazing, has struggled her whole life because of my actions. And so you have to think, this is the society we're building. So now we're building, less fundamental foundations. Where's the foundation now?
And I think that's a great place to end, actually, and switch over to the next topic. We got about 10 seconds left on the clock. But I just think that was beautifully said entirely. Just to, especially parents, just to take the credit and say, hey, the reason you think in this mind frame is because I thought in this mind frame, and so on and so forth. So, and that's the timer. But also, so the next topic would actually be this whole city boys, city girls debacle. And I know that kind of hits you and Kyla's generation very heavy, Bree. Yeah. So I would love to get your mindset on it, what you guys think of it. Should women be getting a bag before entertaining these men? Or should men be charging a fee to be taking these women out? What is the scope of dating now? Are we getting inconvenience fees for not, having to deal with playing with people's feelings, or are we really in it for the long game?
Putting deposits down to get a date.
I mean, there's women talking about drop the cash out. So I mean, it must be something going on entirely that's shifting the ideal of women having to be dependent on men. And I just find it funny because a lot of the times the thought process is, oh, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. And then when that's said, the Bible is always quoted. Well, actually, you do need a man. God made Adam, and Eve was nothing without Adam. But us as women, are really starting to shift from the traditional religious ideal of staying home, cooking, having babies, and just waiting on a man. Now we're like, hey, we have the ability to go out and do it. So, not to keep going into it, but what do you guys think about the whole city boys, city girls, epidemic going on right now? They're so silent. It's
I
so
have
funny.
no comment on any of that because I'm like,
I don't know. I think it's just like it's just like women wanting to be respected. Like they just want to be respected.
And you think finances have something to do with that? Like, do you think a man respecting your time or respecting you would give money?
How much respect are you trying to get from a man?
If he's paying, if he's
not like, okay, first of all, you have what you have, use what you have to get what you want. I'm a firm believer in that. I'm not going to knock anybody for their profession. But how can I want respect from you as a man if I'm out here hopping on cars in my thong, shaking my butt all over in the middle of traffic, trying to get my likes up on YouTube? Like for the city girl thing. Like, if you're going to play into it, then you have to respect it on
absolutely.
both ends.
I agree with that. And that's a role that confuses a lot of men. And I know I'm going to sound like a pick-me. I'm all for shaking ass. Shake ass, but in moderation, Like, I understand being drunk at the gas station at 2 a.m., but there's no reason you should be hopping on top of a car, especially as a woman. The dangerous climate, men just taking what they want, if that's the narrative right now. Yeah. You shouldn't be wanting to openly shake ass. Now, don't get me wrong. Be comfortable in your clothing. Have your little boobies out, nips, free to nip, hashtag all of that, breasts matter, all of that. But, hashtag big booty, hashtag all booties matter, whatever. But my thing is, ultimately, we have to think about the long-term game, ladies. Like, I'm not saying, you have to wear a skirt up to your ankles, down to your ankles and up to your neck, and no ankles or no, wrists or anything showing and no jewelry. But, like, in moderation, be the woman who could shake her ass and then say, you know what? I can go to work. I don't need a man. The image is portrayed weirdly. It's like, I can shake ass and I want you to pay my bills. Like, I don't get that aspect of the city girls. I don't. And then, he sent me $400 for my nails and my toes. City girls up. A man giving you temporary monetary gain is not the long game, sweetheart. And I can say that from experience. I take a house and a car that my man bought me over a $400 cash app for hair, nails, and eyelashes and everything. Because ultimately, am I doing it for him who's not my man or to be my man? Or am I doing it for myself to continue looking good and playing niggas as per se, as you got, like city girls say? Which one is it? What's the narrative? And the same for guys. Like, men sitting here talking about some women give me money. That shit is weird. Yeah. Pull your fucking panties up, bro.
Nah, I would say
simple.
This is what I say.
Ask your moms for money. She raised you.
For both parties, you got to know your worth. So if you feel like you're this type of person and you're working towards this, then you should find somebody that matches your energy.
Simple as that.
That's all that is.
You can't be out here talking about I want $1,000 from you, and you still at home in your room or your twin size bed with the designer labels. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. But act your wage. Like, they say act your age. Act like the money you're bringing in.
But at the same time, too, like a lot of the things that's going on now, it's making a lot of the people, like even strippers, like there still are strippers, there still are people on OnlyFans that really do it just to get their bag.
As a profession.
Just to get their bag. And when you see them, when you see them, they're in a button-up suit and tie, or they're in business wear because they're working towards something other than just that, but they need that edge.
It's a means to the way.
Yeah, it's a means to the way. So now you make them look bad because not to say they're not trying. That's what they do, but that's not who they are.
Right.
So don't address me as that's the bitch off of OnlyFans or somehow that's the whatever derogatory mark you might refer to a woman off the first mark. Like that's. But I'm sure if she's dressed in some business wear and she look like she's about something, you'd be like, that's that girl. She I think she do OnlyFans. I don't know, man. She look different. So it should be a respect thing, but because it's portrayed in a way, people there is no respect for whatever that person's doing because how they say first impressions are everything.
Yes. Yeah.
So now what I see is what you showing me is how I perceive you. If you look like a whore, you look like you sell pussy.
No, I'm sorry.
So like,
Missy is way too blunt.
Nah,
Okay, so we can cuss on this mug. Okay.
So like you know.
What's your favorite cuss word? Probably fuck.
You know, so it's not. It's and you can't as a person. That's like if a person play football, they're a football player. They play in the NFL. That's what they do. Okay, he's an NFL player. So the same thing for if somebody is a pimp and he got hoes. Oh, that's your pimp right there, and she gonna say yes, that's my daddy. So it's the same concept. You can't just if somebody call it for what it is, you can't be like, oh, that's not me. No, that's what you are. That's what you do. You dress like it right now. What are you talking about? So therefore, you know, in that perspective as well, it is what it is. But if you show me that you have respect for yourself, of course I'm not going to address you as that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's what you do? And I might want to hear your story now. I might want to be like, okay, she's different from these other women or these other dudes. You know, dudes do it too. Whatever they're getting into. Or they different, or he just doing it, or whatever the case may be. So, you know, I'll pass it back to you.
No, that's a great closing point. We could definitely move on to our next topic. I might have to restart the clock, but, you know, doing 5-minute intervals. But I think that's a great transition. Definitely think we should talk about Roe versus Wade. That's really a hot topic right now in the climate of the country. I mean, everybody, we're talking about it. I will ask your opinions. You do not have to give your opinions or your side if you don't want to. I'm totally respectful of that. But we're just going and discussing the topic at hand. So I'll start, just make it really quick. Everybody, if you're unaware of what Roe versus Wade is basically a law or a case that was put into review by the Supreme Court of the United States, just reviewing a woman's right to choose to have legal and safe abortions in comparison to abortions that were done previously unsafely and, you know, killing women at alarming rates. So, as known, the Supreme Court, a draft was leaked by news source Politico. Not sure who leaked it, but there was a draft to overturn Roe versus Wade. So, again, like I said previously, it's the right to choose. What do we think about the government interfering with safely giving women abortions or interfering with their right to choose on having babies? What do you think that means for, like, contraceptives in the future, like birth control, IUDs, depot, for example, what that means for the climate of protection and contraceptives, even condoms, and what does that mean for men and women and reproduction? What does that mean for the future of that? So, anybody want to start?
I feel like I have questions.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
No, that's always
I have
good.
Opinion, but I have questions.
That's always good.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I think about this is I go back to double standards. Because the first thing I think of is if a man was the one carrying the baby, would this be up for a discussion?
Absolutely not.
Would this be in the courts? Or would it just be like, I make my decision? We all are in control of our own body.
I agree.
So how can somebody else tell me what I can and cannot do with my body? So I'm completely for me having the right. Now, should there be some kind of set in stone about how far in advance should it be? I mean, for safety-wise, yeah. But I also believe whatever you do that you feel is best for your life is your decision. It's not my life to live, so I shouldn't judge you over it. So I completely don't think that anybody should tell you what you should or could or would not do with your body. That's your decision. So that's my opinion on it.
I totally agree, Sam. Like, I'm not even going to lie with you. I think it's a woman's right to choose. At the end of the day, I am a very spiritual person. I wouldn't say religious because there's many religions that I think fit the mold of what can be, you know. Originally, I was raised Christian, why I got the tattoo, never forget where I came from. And Christianity is still big in my life, but I also follow ideals of like 5%ers, also like Buddhism, you know, all of that, Hinduism.
I'm so glad that you brought up religion though,
Yeah.
because the first thing that comes to my mind is if you're going to take it back to the Bible and to religion as to why I should not have an abortion, then why are we doing divorces?
Why are we doing a lot of things? Don't get me started on that.
There's so many things that we're doing.
I don't like the
that's
hypocrisy.
It's crazy. Like, you cannot pick and choose That's just like when people want to talk about, gay and lesbian and homosexuality and they bring up the Bible. First of all, you cannot pick and choose when you want to use these
Not
words.
the same Bible that says don't judge.
Right.
Not the same Bible that says don't fornicate or have out of wedlock children.
You can't,
not the one that say don't eat shrimp. And y'all love y'all seafood boils. So I don't know why y'all fronting like.
I had shrimp tonight.
Yeah, so did I. And salmon. At the end of the day, my thing is, mind yours, ultimately. I feel like the government should act in the interest of the people. Obviously, that's what they're instilled and accumulated for. However, that's not your place. That's not your place at all. Just like as far as like, if we're making laws to go into effect that women can't have abortions, stop putting prescription drugs out on the street. Because a lot of them are not effective.
Okay, so here's a question according to the abortions, like a scenario. We go for abortion, like women have the right to choose with their body, but at what point is it excessive? Like at what point is it should it be like a limit? Like should it be
absolutely.
Like the doctors, like once you've already put your body through this so many times, now we're going to talk to you about contraceptives.
If you're having more than, I would say 2, because 2 is a lot.
Yeah.
1 is understandable. Like, girl,
it shouldn't be
you
used
fucked
as
up.
a contraceptive.
Like a lot of times you fucked up, or God forbid you got raped, and now you got to carry this baby, or you got drunk and slept with Uncle Tom. Now you having an incest baby. A lot of y'all in a lot of states.
Health-wise, when you're a cancer survivor and when you're going through there's a lot of medical
Let's
reasons
talk about it
why
in race as well. It's known that white women are stronger to hold babies than it is black women. A lot of black women go through a lot of medical and surgical issues when giving birth. Yeah. And it's not talked about. Yeah. It's not at all. And like, don't get me wrong. A lot of people are like, oh, Planned Parenthood was pivoted towards black women and black communities so black babies could be killed. Don't get me wrong. I believe black babies are getting killed. But white babies and Asian babies and Hawaiian babies and Turkish babies are getting killed as well. Mm-hmm. Let's not make it a race thing. Yeah. And also, me as a communication researcher, how updated are these statistics? Are we testing black women to see what they're doing at these clinics? Or are we taking numbers from Planned Parenthood?
Right.
My thing is, at the end of the day, Planned Parenthood was instilled for white women as well. Yeah. Women in general.
Right.
It's not, and how are you going to tell me the minority having the most abortions? You telling me 8 spiders is planting 90 webs and 90 spiders is planting 8 webs? Please.
But that's
Stop
the American society trying to put down the minorities. And
of course. But
that's all the society is trying to do is give you the negative outlook.
But at what cost? Confusing people and giving them misinformation? Because these are statistics you could look up online. And I know that that's literally what I do. I'm so multifaceted in so many areas. You wouldn't even know that off my look. Oh, you do research and surveying and stuff too? Yes, because it's important. It's imperative not only to knowledge, but on social media platforms as well. It's a lot of misinformation going around. There's a whole war that the media is fake. The media that y'all trust? No, the Instagram headline that you're reading is misleading you. Nobody's going to the news. The news is a dire platform right now. And nobody realizes that. And that's another thing that plays into it. You're not getting your statistics from the news. You're going on TikTok Live to see what your favorite TikToker with 1 million views is talking about, in his opinion. True words.
I mean, I feel like to go on and doing your research and check statistics, a lot of problems with society nowadays is people are so quick to listen to what somebody has to say and that's factual to them. And it's like, is that factual or is that their opinion or is that a misfact that they posted as factual? You have to do your research.
People don't want to do research. And this is why I stress. If you...
That would be hearsay.
Right.
Busy thinking a lawyer. I told y'all he counsel. Nah. I'm about to put him on Law and Order. Dun, dun.
When you taking the bar? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, man.
Soon, y'all. Mizzy Lazarus Esquire, y'all. That sounds nice. That's a nice ring.
No, Paul Goodman. No, I'm sorry. Saul Goodman.
Okay.
It's called, anytime you need something, just call Saul.
Better call Saul, yeah. But that's really all I have to say about it. Like I said, women have the right to choose. Kyla Bree, what y'all think about it? Because y'all in the younger generation.
You should have the right to choose your body. Yeah, you should be able to choose what you want to do with your body. And then it's people have different sicknesses and conditions. And,
Sometimes you have to.
You
There's
have
not
to.
an option. Sometimes.
Nobody talks about ectopic pregnancies enough for me either. There's a lot of women carrying babies that are not in their uterus because a lot of them have infertility issues.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what food we're putting out for the people. We don't want to talk about that though, or what we're teaching the kids, or what $3 trillion is going to the army for. What wars are y'all fighting? Like $3 trillion? That sound like Superman, Iron Man, Batman money, nigga. Like, who y'all getting to fight for us? Where's y'all really got Avengers or something? Like $3 trillion.
Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Like, is there really like it's not fake? Like, there's really a Captain Steve Rogers? Tell me. Because $3 trillion and then y'all giving less to education? Y'all just basically said F the kids. If you really want real money, go to the army. There's niggas in the army driving Chargers for what? Aren't you supposed to be defending the country? Don't matter what you drive. Fuck. You know what? That's a story for another day. I don't want to talk about the military. America would be like,
As we
there'll be a
digress.
van outside my house. I don't need it. I don't need it. It's probably why I'm not, on Spotify now. Be like, she talking too much. But nah, y'all, it's really like a serious epidemic out here. And like, the government just taking rights so easily, it makes me pose the question, like, what about Dred versus Scott? Which is basically, for anybody who doesn't know, the right to integrate schools, no segregated schools. What if it comes forward and they repeal the Civil Rights Act? What that mean for us as black people and people who interact with black people and people who have black kids? Like, what that mean for us? Like, people don't think about these things. If you could take away, so to me, you just climbing the ladder. 1954, okay. Ooh, 1958. Ooh, okay. 1964. Ooh, what's next? You just climbing up the ladder to repeal. You putting black people in SCOTUS don't mean nothing for me. Because if I'm the new judge that was sworn in, or Clarence Thomas, the new judge is KBG, Chantizzy Brown Jackson, I think. When did we get involved? Who made me God? You get what I'm saying? In no way. Judges clearly have too much power and in a wrong way.
But you know what? I firmly believe, like, to make change, you have to start within. So we need people.
We are
of
making
color
change. We
to
are.
Get in within. You know what I'm saying? We need the people who have the opposite mind to get into these roles of society, to be our judges and to be our superior
You're
court,
right.
and to be
You're right about that.
our Congress.
You're right.
Because these are the people who are going to make the change for everybody in the positive. We can't keep having the same Uncle Toms, excuse my language.
No, that's what they call
Uncle Toms out
coons,
here
I'll say it.
choosing how our society is ran. Because guess what? We're going to always go backwards. We're not going to move forward because they're not going to bring these new ideas where we need to be at.
And that's another thing, too. Like, I'm not going to speak too much on the C words because that would just ruin my night. But on a serious note, like, you're right. We do have to make change within. We have to, start getting into these areas. We do. But we also need to start communicating these messages. That's important. Sure. Start giving that to kids in school. Excuse me. And that's true word. Start communicating these messages to your kids. Everybody can't be a rapper, y'all. Everybody can't be a basketball player. Everybody can't be a rich singer, entertainer. Some of us got to get the bag, making real change.
And that goes back to our first topic where I was saying children raising children nowadays. If I was 35 when I had my first child, I would know exactly what I would be gearing her mindset to be at that first age. And so, you have to...
I'm going to have to disagree with you because I've experienced parents firsthand who had kids late and just let their kids do whatever they want. Just
my personal experience. No, that's
you're right.
My
okay, because I was going to say, like, it really don't matter the age, because it's parents who struggle at every level. Like 35-year-olds who just, they feel like, oh, I'm older. I'm older. I know what to do with a kid. But a lot of the times, you 35 having your first kid, you thinking about it in a mature level, like, oh, I'm grown, I can handle this. But a lot of the times, you don't know the responsibilities of a child. So a lot of time, you effing up more at 35 than you would at 24.
Yeah.
I always stress this. It's not about the age you have the kid. It's about how much love you give to that kid. And I said that in my pregnancy and parenthood podcast in season 2. It's important to go forward and, like, give love to a child. It don't matter if you 15 or 51 to me. Raise your kid in the right aspect. And I've seen 15-year-olds doing what's needed.
But you know what's crazy? He did that.
Exactly. And that's my point. You were young when you had your kid, and you raised your kid in a knowledgeable standpoint. You didn't raise a slouch because you were young. No. You gave that child love, and they grew up in that, and you also made them knowledgeable. We'll put them in that area to go out in the world and learn on their own, but also keep what you set in the back. That's values. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people are not instilling values in their kid no matter what age. They just letting life.
Home, how can you put it in your children? Most people don't have things in their home anymore.
And a lot of the time it's just the parents. Parents could be raised in like a dysfunctional background, effed up. But because they know they don't want their child to be like that and grow up in that environment, they do better. It don't matter what age you in. Life make you really put your ideals and what you got to do in perspective. And as simple as that. No matter what age. You could be a grown-ass person at 15 to me. Really know what you want in life. Just don't have the age, but knowledgeable
true. But now,
in
so
life.
At 15, I was 16 and I had her and I gave her love. My children, one thing that you can ask my children is they will never doubt the love that I gave for them. But did I have the mental capacity to know, the things to teach her that she really needs to know, like how to present yourself in the world or how these struggles might come about? You have to think at 16 years old, we're not going through the same life experiences as you are in your 20s and in your 30s.
But you know what's better?
You don't know what you don't know real life at that age.
You don't, but you know what's great? You grow with your child to know what that real life is. And my mom had me at a young age. And I feel like me growing up with her really taught me the real nitty gritty of life. Like if my mom wasn't my friend at the same time, I feel like me and my mom wouldn't have a relationship at all. I would probably be that child that rebelled, did whatever I want. Because if she's in a mind state of, oh, I have to be frantic and, work from just myself and just raise a kid as a mom. No, she raised me with that experience. Like, I'm getting it, but you also going to get it as well. Because we growing together. Mm-hmm. And that's important. And nobody, thinks about that as well. Like, as far as, parenthood. And it's always the stigma of, oh, teen mom or young mom. And no, just a mom. Just a mom. We have to stop labeling motherhood. Happy Mother's Day. It's coming up. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Love you, Ma. Love you, Grandma. But yeah,
Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Right. Thank you.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Double M on the mic.
I'm dead.
This one.
I can't with him right now.
But yeah, y'all,
every time you do that, I'm gonna get up behind you and do mine too.
It's definitely a stigma out here. We gotta really just rid the labels. Let people do what they want. Mind your business. Live your life. Because guess what? When you go, it's only one person you gotta worry about, and that's you. Love your people while you're here always. Thank you. Love your people always.
You're welcome.
Go away.
You're welcome.
Go. Please. No way.
Rizzy and I are going to be clowns up on here.
Clearly.
They're going to be like, who is the idiots you had on there last night?
But enough about the serious topics. I feel like, we got a little too deep. We was swimming.
Let's talk about how you beat their faces today.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about.
I wanted to bring that up in the very beginning.
And I want to also talk about Met Gala looks. I mean, we only are 3/4 of the way in. We got some time to finish talking up,
I didn't watch Met Gala.
Oh, I'm going to tell you about the looks.
Let me go look real quick while we're about to pull this up.
I'm going to put it on the TV, y'all. I'm going to put the Met Gala looks on the TV and we can rate them actively. Ooh.
Oh, I did see Gabrielle Union and
I see Kylie's.
what's his
Oh, that's the first one I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were talking about.
Yes, I want to talk about that.
She
But
had
we're gonna take time. Take time, soon come. But yeah, so let's talk about the makeup first. Today I did Kyla Grow.
Mm-hmm.
Grow. You gotta say it, Kyla.
Girl.
Rural, yes. Rural. With the W, you gotta say the W like how you roll dice. Rural. And Bree Girl. I did their makeup. And Big Bree, period. Her. But yeah, y'all, I did their makeup. You know, a lot of people don't know I do makeup, but like I said, I'm multifaceted.
She's amazing.
I'm telling you, they look. I'm telling you, y'all. I really wish like I should have did a vlog of this too, but you know, regrets. But
Shout out your IG real quick. You want to see the pics?
period. You want facts because I definitely posted y'all on my IG. It's at Chantizzy TV.
Some videos in your phone.
Yes, girl, I posted
Oh,
it.
you said-
I posted it
oh,
on my
oh.
story. I saw it. I was sending them out early. I said, look at that. That's how you trap people, y'all. Give them your phone when their phone is there and be like, no, you can take pictures. I got storage.
Wow.
Yeah.
She bleached her eyebrows for the Met Gala. Did you see that
I
one?
don't want to see it. So,
Oh
Mizzy,
my
I just need you to
gosh.
move over a smidge so we can rate the looks. Well, I don't really have to see because I can see it from here. But, of course,
Kim.
the first one is Kim Kardashian. What do we think about her wearing Marilyn Monroe's dress? I'm going to get into it.
Marilyn Monroe's dress?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I thought that was right.
Allegedly, the dress couldn't zip because she was
I did
too
see
big,
the video.
and she had to wear the coat to cover her backside.
I really
Yes.
like the blonde. The hair. Yeah. That's different. That's new.
Child, it's giving Coke and cheap perfume to me.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't like
All
her
I'm gonna
hair.
say is Pete.
I just want to know
She
what
looked
made
like a
her.
cotton ball swab.
mean,
Stop playing
Ooh.
with me.
I would say, I like the
Was
blonde
that too
because
much? I shouldn't have said that.
Say what you want to say. At the end of the
I
day,
would say
no cap. Like
the
y'all
blonde-
speak
Look,
freely.
I watch
I mean,
Kim,
I'm not a fan of Kim and the Kardashians.
Not at all. I'm not anti. Like I don't care about them that much, but I'm not a fan.
I love Courtney and
Yeah, Courtney and Aries.
Kendall.
We gotta give it up for Courtney. She's an Aries.
Kylie.
Simple. That's the only one I could rock with because I get it. You saw how she boxed Kim up. Facts.
Oh.
Simple. Stop playing with her.
Oh, they didn't like her wedding dress look?
Okay, we're gonna go to her. I think she's next. But all right, what do we give 1 to 10? What do we give Kim and Pete?
I'm gonna give it.
I'm gonna give it a
Can we talk about them together?
Keith. Oh, look at me calling him Keith. What they call him, Skeet? That's sad, but he looked like one. He
I don't
do.
know what made her wear.
Adding with Pete.
Why his hands so little?
She had mentioned on one of her episodes of the Kardashians that Marilyn Monroe was one of her.
I don't care.
idols,
Put
so
that
that's
lady dress back in the
probably why.
museum. You wearing dead people shit? Like I'm not.
Oh, you're right.
That was and
No,
that
ma'am.
hat, the
No,
dress
ma'am.
didn't fit you,
No,
so
ma'am.
it's like, you shouldn't
That's
have worn
Exactly.
for me.
That's.
Could you sit down?
Can you say that again, please? What happened?
She shouldn't have worn it if it can't fit her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you
If
said.
she
Exactly.
can't sit down in it-
Girl.
No, but the most of the stuff
Gotta
that
put
they
Auntie
wear
Marilyn dress
when
back.
They do these, they can't fit in these clothes.
Now my friend posted out her story
Listen,
today.
Listen, what do you
Alasia.
think about
It was
Kim's
not-
outfit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it washes her out. Like the whole look is just very washed out.
So now that I know,
I'm not
this
a
is
fan.
Marilyn
My
Monroe's
thing is
dress.
like you couldn't tan your skin or like you know like what do you call it? Like you talk about I lost 16 pounds in 3 weeks for this dress. My thing is you couldn't like dehydrate your skin. That's the word I'm looking for to match the tone. Like why'd you tan, girl?
The only
Be
thing
your color.
I could say
You know, like
is
be
just
your
like the blonde hair.
And then she
but-
let Pete get a little
And then
tan
Pete-
too, looking ethnic. Pete looked like, ain't he mixed anyway? Isn't Pete Davidson black and white?
I don't think so.
Allegedly.
I don't think.
Wasn't he like going with that for a couple years though?
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember everything. He was trying to say he was half black. His dad was, black. Rest in peace, his pops, but was saying his dad was black. I remember that. So call it out. The next is my girl Bella. I love Bella Hadid. I love the Hadid sisters. Those is my girls.
I don't know who she is.
But it's giving.
But
The
what was
shoes.
it giving?
Yeah, the shoes. I like the little ankle. I like the anklet. I'm
Is she
rocking with
wearing
it.
shoes? I thought she was barefoot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, she's wearing heels. It looked like it's a thing across her foot.
Oh, like a strap.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? What is off
It's
of
giving
the,
vampire.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
giving
what's
real
that?
enchantress.
Yeah.
Okay, the wife off of
Goth Pirate of the Caribbean.
The Addams Family.
The Addams
That's who
Family.
I'm
Okay,
thinking
it's
of.
giving Morticia, her.
Give her a 7.
I give Bella a 7 too.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't rate Kim. I give Kim and Pete. I give them a 4.
Yeah.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a good
Kim, the
5.
dress wore you, babe.
I'm gonna go with 2. Like, I really did not like the look at all.
Please.
It wasn't giving.
Please.
Like, it
And then
just
you
wasn't-
obsessing over the lady
Yeah.
hair.
2.5.
Pray.
Yeah, I
And
2 was
pray.
stretching it for me, honestly. Like, she could do way better.
I thought Lala looked really good. I give Lala a 7.
She looks good.
She looked really good.
No, this is Lala with the hat right here.
Yes,
Okay.
the red. I like the red on Lala. It was giving real flamenco.
Yeah.
Middle of summer. This is Emma Corrin. She's wearing Miu Miu and Cartier.
I feel like Peter Pan.
I don't
You know,
like
It's
it
giving
at all.
Peter Pan. It's
I
also
don't
it's
like
giving
it.
magic Peter Pan.
It's just like a one.
It's the heels for me. You see the shoes? Yeah, they're Pete.
Oh my god.
You
It's
like
giving
it?
ballet
You like
pirouette.
You like it?
I'm feeling
They're
it.
so tight.
Nah, it's
But
it's
you're
the
also
type.
bold
It's
with
the
your
type.
fashion style, so like I could.
Yeah.
But
This
it's
is
like
like
a
a-
Mad Hatter Peter Pan look.
Nah,
too.
It's giving
I'm
magic.
feeling it.
Magic
Mad
Peter
Hatter,
Pan, like
yeah.
real
I don't
I'm
magic.
feeling it because we was just watching the Harry Potter series, so I'm feeling it.
I'm
Now
Nicki
that
Minaj.
Oh,
no,
Nicki.
Nicki.
Yes, she was.
Y'all really want to judge this one?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
We
that's
have
so
So
pretty.
wait,
Avani
we didn't
Gregg.
even rate it. We didn't even rate it.
Oh, my apologies. I'm moving fast, y'all. Excuse me.
I
What do we
give that
vote,
a
Emma?
1.
I'm gonna give a 5.
It's giving real androgynous
I'll
realness.
give it a 7.
I give it a 7.5 too. I like the androgynous realness. Like it's giving Prince a little bit, not too much, like 13%. You know. Yeah, I
That
give it
is
a
so pretty to
7.5.
me. This color is just
I like the dress. It's just underwhelming
It's
on
so
her.
basic to
Yeah,
me.
the gloves are throwing me off. Avani Gregg and a botch my gown and a
she was trying to do-
Stuart Weitzman heel.
She was trying to do the material contrast or whatever with the leather gloves and the
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know.
It's not good.
I'll give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it
Yeah, I
a
give
4.
it a 5.
I give it a 5.
I like the color.
I like the dress.
I would say 4.
I give it a 5 though because she's still look pretty.
I like
Okay.
Nikki. I would give her a 7.
Nikki
Yeah,
8 to me.
she-
I give Nikki an 8.
I feel like Nikki always eats. Like,
Yes,
she
period.
ate this one
I
up.
give
don't
her
like
an
the
8,
way her
and the
breasts
reason why I
sit
don't
in
give
it.
her a 10 is because I haven't given anybody a 10
Yeah.
yet. Like Nikki, nah, I'm not even gonna play Nikki like that. Nikki get a 9, simple.
give her a
I
9.
think if
Yeah.
her if
Nikki
her
8. I
boobs
really like the
went
body
up
jewelry
a
and the
little bit
face.
higher, I would probably give her a higher rating. I just feel like
I just wish the pants wasn't
just
on.
sitting on top of her bustier is what it
Yeah,
looks like to me.
that's why I took the 1 point away.
Yeah.
I wish the dress was a
Same.
little
Same
higher,
with me. That's it, because it just.
but she
it
ate
makes
this
her
look
too
entirely.
top-heavy.
Give her a
But it's a
7.
good look. Yeah.
A 7,
I
the
give her a
queen.
9.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a 7.
Cut his
She's
fucking
a
mic.
9.
I asked you, cut his fucking mic.
Give her a
Period.
7, y'all. She
I'm gonna
earned
give her
it.
an 8.5.
I give Nikki a 9. Nikki
Yeah,
ate this. This
I-
is something
mine
I would
too.
wear. That's why I'm gonna give it a 9. This is
Shit,
fire.
like the trash bag out the Missy Elliott video.
Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You really a hater. Don't ever say that again. You're really hating.
I
Oh.
don't care how much
This
that
is-
shit's
Okay,
going.
Miss Lily girl. Next person on the list is Lily James. She is. It didn't say what she's wearing, but the dress is gorgeous. Nice blue hem.
That's so
I would
pretty.
call that
But
a
you-
10.
I would
feel
give-
like that's so elegant.
I give my sis. I
See,
give.
now, if Nikki was
I
a
give-
something like that, boy.
I give my sis an 8.
Yeah, I give her
If
an 8.
eight.
If
She
Nikki
ate,
was
but-
something like that.
Yeah, you're bugging.
Sorry.
Like, if it
Nikki
was-
is the standard right now. When I saw Nikki the night it happened, I said, "Wow,
No.
Nikki looks amazing."
No.
First thing I
love
noticed
it.
was the body jewelry. You're
Nikki-
bugging.
Nikki looks
Yeah.
beautiful,
This is
but
elegant.
we're
It's
talking about the
growing.
dress. We ain't talking about how the person looks. We're not talking
She
about
looks
that.
great. She
No,
ate that.
she-
Think
she
about
looked-
what.
She looked nice. Her makeup was nice. You know, her face is beautiful. She has a pretty face. But as far as what the dress was, like I said,
We're not just judging the dress. We're judging the whole
Overall
aesthetic.
Yeah,
Even
the
if
overall
we were-
aesthetic, but
Let
the
me
dress is a
jump
part of
this
the
down to a
overall
9. I don't
aesthetic.
like her hair. Her
So
hair
not-
is
not
And I don't like the wet look
Yeah.
either.
Shorty, like she had the trash
I think
bag
a
on,
bun
like
would have
a
looked
Missy
better,
Elliott
maybe,
video.
or like a low ponytail.
I think that the dress-
Yes, I
Then
love
this
Nikki's
one-
dress and the high boots
It's
too. The
just-
I
pants
just
boots,
like the body jewelry. Like that is so cute.
iconic. Nobody else
Go
thought
back
about
to
that.
Nikki. Go back to Nikki. Let me look at this.
Look at
queen.
But doesn't
She's
Nikki's
so
kind of
good.
give you like a Janet Jackson?
Period. I'm
feel?
sorry. I'm disrespectful to the queen. I didn't even zoom in on her. He was looking from afar. Now really look.
Yeah, that's
Look at the body jewelry. Are you kidding me?
right.
Boots sitting.
Yeah, I don't like the way the boobs look.
Look at the boots.
That doesn't give you like a Janet
Wow.
Jackson vibe though?
Yes, I
Yes.
love it.
Alright. Alright, I'm sorry. I take back that Missy Elliott comment. Sorry. I see the dress from up close, and it doesn't look like anything I just described it as. I'm sorry.
What you give your rating
I
now?
give it an 8.
Period.
I give it an 8.
Nothing
she,
less.
She get a solid 8. She get a solid 8.
Yeah,
Nah,
talk about some 7.
I'm sorry. Nah,
She's a 7.
the picture was from far away.
I'm about to
I'm
show
not
you
gonna
a
lie.
7, baby.
I'm not gonna lie. The picture was not like the
But
picture
you know
that was
what?
there was not. What she
With
did,
all
what
the
she
body
did.
jewelry
Like,
and the face, the
like I said,
attention to
yeah.
detail, I would pop it up to an 8. Honestly, I would have gave Nikki a 10 if her top was up
Nah,
just a half
and that's why I didn't give her a full 10
You know what
because the
I'm saying?
boobies gotta
That's
be covered.
it.
Like I felt like if it was a little higher,
It just felt like they were
Magnifique.
sitting on the outfit. Yeah, they were sitting on the outfit and not in
you
the
know.
outfit.
But the boobs was a little too low, Nikki.
Yeah.
Merci, s'il vous plaît.
I give her 8.5.
I don't know. I love that.
I give
dress.
Lily a 8. I said an 8. Lily,
It fits like a glove. The color is good with her complexion.
I like it.
I give her
Yeah,
8.5.
so elegant.
I give her an 8.
Everything.
I took away a point because I low key see her shapewear.
But the
But
hair.
that's tea for
That's
another
the type
day.
of dress.
Yeah,
That's the
I
type
can
of
tell.
dress, yo, fellas.
I got a
That's the
wedgie.
type of dress.
She would have probably
If
got
your
it
wife put on, like I
already.
picture.
I said that on the mic. I got a wedgie.
If my wife put on that dress, man, we might not make it to the night, man. We might not make it to the event.
She got to put the coat on before she come out the room so y'all can make it out the house, basically.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
next is Normani and Kristen Seriano. I love Normani too, but this is
But
underwhelming
this is-
flamenco.
Yeah.
I like the dress, but I would like it if it was one part.
It's a 6.
I give Normani for this look a 5.8. She's had better looks. I like
don't know,
Normani,
like,
but I'm not
I
rocking
have
with
mixed
the dress.
reviews.
I'm
I
not.
give it
I
a
can't even lie,
7.5.
bro.
Like, I have mixed
Like, I gotta
reviews.
be honest.
I really,
Like, would I put this
What
on?
did she
No,
what was she
I don't
talking
like
about?
the lowness of the
I
dress.
would put this on.
Girl, you could have just came and nothing.
Creativity and swagginess,
I'm not-
7.5.
So
Nah.
for me, like, I have mixed reviews. Like how you don't like the lowness of the dress. I really like that. It actually gives me like a whole Sierra vibe. When Sierra was out doing her video, she always had her stomach out like that. But what I'm not.
The theme
it's
is
the
gilded age,
bottom.
people.
Like
Gilded
the bottom,
age.
I can't get with the bottom. It looks
Yeah.
like she's on like a black puffy cloud. I can't get.
That's fire. That's how I'm looking
That's
at
how
it.
you like it.
Yo, that's fire.
It's giving me
That's fire.
beanbag flamenco.
Yeah,
I'm not.
it's not
I'm
giving.
sorry. 5.8. I
And the
stand.
hat-
I'll even zoom in.
The hat.
Oh, the makeup. Minus 0.85. And the hair, girl. What?
Yeah, it's giving a 5. I'm sorry.
7.
Pull up in that Sri Lanka. What?
Yeah, I might have
Literally.
to give it a 5 now.
No, Normani, baby.
7.5.
The Met Gala, babes. Come on,
She
girl.
had like an early 2000 look going on.
I
with
didn't
her
like the
hair and her
makeup. Yeah,
like
it was
the early 2000s.
no.
This is giving church.
Stormzy, we love Stormzy. Big up Britain.
The wife
In it, bro.
It's giving angel.
He's in Burberry. I like this a lot.
Energy.
I like the cape. I'm feeling the complexion.
6.5.
Nah, I give Stormzy a 7.8.
I'll give him
I mean, if
7.8.
it didn't have the cape, I would like it better. But I'm just feeling like
The cape come
Fire.
off. That's why I know it
like
really is
I
gonna
just feel
like.
like he's in a church
Missy,
choir
you would look
right
so
Yeah,
fire
this
in a
is-
suit
this
like
is
this,
It's
babe.
really
Like
pretty, though.
It
a
is.
nice. Take the cape
But
off
it
though.
looks clean.
6.
I'm gonna give it a
6.
6.
I give him a
can't- I can't
7.8.
with the cape.
Stormzy, I'm rocking with you,
I
bro.
give it a 6.
Rocking with you,
It's
bro.
not-
It's just like giving
It's
the
just
choir. It's the lead.
There's
It's
a
not
gospel
him.
song
It's
about
not
to
him,
pop
y'all.
out.
It's not him.
It's giving Jesus walks, but I'm
It's
rocking
the
with
cape.
it.
Yeah.
It's the fucking cake,
That's
bro.
it. That's all it is.
It's really the cake. Like that's. It's probably not called the cake,
Oh,
but that's what that shit looked like. So I don't mean to sound ignorant, but it looked like a fucking cake.
It is a cape.
That's ridiculous.
It's
Nah.
like a.
It's not. It's not a cake, but that's how it looks.
It's an overcoat, I guess.
Exactly. So now I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but I'm just saying. Like,
I don't know what I am. Like I could be just obvious. I
I
don't know.
don't know, but this is. I don't
I
think
don't
for the
like
Met
this.
Gala, it's a good look. Not for the
Yeah.
Met
Her
Gala.
name is Zai Bastida. I like the name
I
Zai.
don't think it's like. Did you
She's in
try?
Chloe.
It seems too casual for Met
Yeah.
Gala.
It's giving Coke eyes because why are your glasses so
Oh,
dark?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know, girl. Not with the fringe crop top.
let that girl
What
go.
is this?
Underneath.
Are we in Charlotte Russe? And then you have the nerve to have it be crocheted? Get off my phone.
I would give this
Underwhelming. I give it a 3.
I'm gonna give
a
it a 2.
2.
A 3 because I like the suit actually.
I mean, I like the look, but not for the Met Gala.
Oh,
Oh my
I don't know.
even worse.
I don't know what this is, but it's
this
a
is
no-go.
not.
This is
is
underwhelming.
not
This
it.
is
I'm gonna
Eve
give it a
Jobs and Louis
Yeah,
Vuitton.
let's get some one.
I'm gonna give it a 1. I don't know.
I like the dress, so I'm rocking with it. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I don't like the cuts in the like.
I think
don't
for a
like-
full-figured woman with boobs, it would do the job.
Oh, you're right.
But since she
But
is
since
how
she-
she is,
yeah.
the dress is beautiful. I give the dress
Dress
4
is
points.
not made for her.
It's not
The
made for
jewelry,
her.
I give another 2. I'm rocking with her. I give her a
Even the
6.
shoulder pads, like it makes her look like her shoulders are so much wider than her hips.
Oh, her
Like,
nails
it's
look nice
not-
too. Yeah, I give sis a 6. 6 is
I
cool.
don't like it. I'm
I
gonna say
don't
two.
know.
I still do 2.
Yeah,
A 2?
It's just still 2.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
like the bottom part.
You know what? I'll give her a 3. I like her hair and makeup.
No, she looks good, but
Yeah.
the dress is
Yeah.
not.
The dress is underwhelming on her.
No,
It's
the
not
dress
it.
is not made for her. The dress is made for
Auntie
something.
done came to the cookout. We got Chiama Nanati and J6 by James
I'm not
Garland.
impressed with anybody this
I
year.
don't even have nothing to say.
You know why nobody's impressed? Because Rihanna wasn't there and the Queen fucking Bee wasn't
No
there.
disrespect, she look like she about to go to mosque.
Yeah, she really do. This is we talking about Chioma Nandi. I don't know what's going on.
No disrespect, but that's she look like she about to go, and
She can't go to mosque
Yeah,
like that. Her
thanks.
shoulders are out.
she look like she could just get the sleeves, slide them joints on, and all it in there. So with that being said, it looked like she was just going to the temple. Like I said, no disrespect.
Yeah.
Who in the?
Next, we got Jessie Buckley.
Can we just
I don't like
Go on, Captain. What is Colonel Johnson? I'm here to stop
Now,
the war, fellas.
is that this person's like usual hair color? Like I don't know who this person is.
Oh,
Like
this
this
is a
at all.
woman.
Yeah. I
This
don't
is
know.
not.
That's a female. Well, I don't want to assume it's gender. I'm gonna say they. They are. I don't even want to assume if that's their gender.
But I like
Ooh,
that the
pronouns
hair
are hard.
matches the buttons.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
Mm.
Um,
Not hard in writing, but definitely hard in.
I just give him a 1. I don't know.
I'm giving us a 0. Oh no, how does the TikTok go? I couldn't give you a
Doesn't
0.
it look like he's gonna
So
be like
the
that
highest
she's
I'm
in
gonna
a
give you is a
mariachi
1.
band? Doesn't it look like a mariachi like outfit?
It's giving
me.
Dios las dia. What is it?
Yeah.
No, Dios las muerte. Day of the Dead.
No worries,
Honey,
sorry.
try again and come back to life.
It's funny.
Okay. We got Leslie Odom Jr. and Fendi Men's. I'm rocking with the
I
suit.
like the suit.
Suit is fire. The hat, I like the hat in its own difference, but not together. I give him a 5.
By 5.
A high 5.
Give my boy a 4.
Dang, the way you started off, I thought you was gonna say like an
the
8.
short look on the top.
I think that's different.
Short, yeah,
It's
I mean-
multicolored. So it's, excuse me, Vogue.
Oh, I thought it was like a short like jacket with a long
Oh, it is
shirt.
actually. You're right.
Yeah, I don't like the short. Like, would you got a little boy's jacket on? I don't like that.
Zoom into the shoes. You look like a matador.
Shoes just took a point away. 4.
Do you know how uncomfortable those shoes look? Oh my god.
It looking like
Gabby
that's-
Union.
And that is a 10. Like she killed
Yeah,
it.
I like Gabby. I'm gonna give my girl Gabby an 8.
And if you put her
I'm gonna
husband
give
next to
her a
her,
9.
the
8.5.
same. It's just, I mean,
8.5.
Yeah, look,
What is
I'm
it?
feeling it.
But
And he didn't have no shirt on. He had his chest out.
That's why I did with D-Wade. If he,
Yeah.
I like Gabby. Gabby look cute. The red flower was doing it for me. I wish the dress was gold to really accentuate the flower, but
that's what I was saying. Like
silver, I could rock with it. The flower's beautiful. Gabby did her thing this year.
8.5, y'all.
Yeah.
And there he
Speaking
goes.
of,
I'm so lickable.
Yeah.
This is
I give D-Wade because what, I really want to say what the F-N word, but I'm not going to say that because I've been cursing a lot already, but yo,
I'm not feeling the shoes. Everything else
sir,
is good.
what do you have a cane for but no shirt? I'm
No, I
confused
like
at the
I like the
look
cane.
and the aesthetic.
I like the cane
D-Wade,
and no shirt. I don't
come
like
on,
the
bruv.
shoes.
I give him a 4.
I don't know.
I'm not rocking with it. The
This
suit is nice
kinda
though.
hard. I don't know.
No disrespect. The suit
How
is
you
good.
walking
It's
out
the
like
no
that?
shirt that's throwing me off.
Oh, I like
He's an
the
8.
necklace. Oh, and you
He's an
giving
8.
face. I give it 5.
He did his thing. But
I give him a
if
5.
he would have had on like a smooth like cashmere, like that nice shirt, like
A nice cashmere turtleneck, maybe a maroon one
yo,
to match Gabby Flower.
yo,
Ooh.
son. So that like, but he did his thing, but he could have did that, and he would have got a 10. But he decided to do that, and when you young and beautiful, you could do those things.
5, my boy. 5, my boy. Next, we have the Queen, Erykah Badu, and Francisco Rizzo and Marnie. I really like Francisco's look. I'm rocking with him. I like it. It's different. Yeah, I like it. I'm giving him an 8. I like that a
I'm
lot.
not gonna lie, I give both of them a 9.
You're right. I give both of them. I would say definite together a 9.
Yeah.
Apart,
I feel
him
like
an
they
8,
just-
her an 8.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they just walked out of Fashion Week.
Yes,
So
it's good.
This is what
It gives
this
paper
is what
mache
this is
realness.
Yes.
Like-
this is like a piece of what this is about. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's why I gave Shorty with the creativity in her dress.
Period, Miss
that sword,
Badu.
because the dress was like, it looked like she walked on
Yeah.
some dope shit.
Yeah.
I like it.
One,
Ooh,
Sierra?
Sierra, body, Audi queen.
Okay.
I give Sierra the dress, the body, makeup, face. Ooh, Sierra, you get an 8.4 from me, queen.
I can give her a 9.
She looks good.
she get an 8.5.
The shoes, like
It's the toes, the
Nah,
toes, the toes and the feet, but them legs,
The legs.
Yo,
Yeah.
The dress just
She get a
fits her
9.
body perfect.
perfectly.
she get a
The
9.
toes minus
She
1.5,
get a 9.
but
She has like this Greek goddess look.
yes, real Amazonian, like an empress. I love it, Sierra.
She gets a 9, y'all.
Go make more cute babies, Sierra. The babies are adorable. Yo, cutest kids ever, bro.
She get a 9, bro.
8.5 for me,
And she
Sierra.
She get a
I don't
9.
even
He said, and she
Next we have Nicolas Guesquire and Ho Young Jung and Louis Vuitton. And Ho Young Jung is from Squid Games, y'all. My girl be dressing, but not today.
Yeah, she's pretty. But
She's very pretty. She's giving face. I give her a 5 for face. Not like in totality, like she's beautiful, but the whole aesthetic is a 5. She get 10 for face, but I like his suit. I'll give him a 6. It's too big on him, but I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, they're not. I'm sorry.
Together they give me 4.
Yeah. It's just not.
It's like, hey babe, you want to go out?
Right.
Next we have Sydney Sweeney, Miss
Oh my
Girl
God,
Cassie. She looks really good. I like the
Yeah.
smoky eye. I'm gonna give my good sis a 7.8.
I'm gonna give her an 8.
Is she short or is that the dress making her look short?
She's short, clearly.
Yeah, because in one of her videos she did, she was saying how she was short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she looks short.
I
So,
just
yeah.
think that this makes her look even more compact, I guess.
She do.
But it looks nice. Like it, she does look like.
Oh yeah, let's get to the next.
Oh yes, Miss
Yeah.
Girl. I give Lizzo a 9. Lizzo 8. Lizzo and Thom Brown. The hair, the face, the jacket, the dress, the flute, the
She
nails.
threw a whole comforter around her to go.
Period.
Yeah.
Lizzo
It's a
8.
9.
Whoa.
She 8. I give my girl Lizzo a 9
And you
though.
see her with the garter belt on her thigh. Okay,
I'm
girl.
gonna give her an 8.5. Now she did her numbers.
Girl Lizzo a
I
9.
love
She
Lizzo.
8.
That's
Yes, I love
nice.
Lizzo too. Next we have, is that who I think it is? Nope, it's not. Eileen Gu and Louis Vuitton. Love the dress, love the shoes. Ooh, them boots is fire. But it's not looking good on her.
Yeah.
So I give it, I give her a
I give it a
4.
Yeah, I
The
give
boots
her a
are
4.
mad cute though. The
I
boots,
give her a 4.
ooh,
Nah,
Louis
nah.
Vuitton, need
I
a
would give her
pair.
higher score, but look,
Please.
I don't use them
Thank
giving her
you.
4.
Yeah, look, Louis, I need a
I
pair,
give her
please.
5. Yeah, I give her 5.
42,
I give her 5.
please.
I give her 5
41
because,
really, but
You know,
yeah.
it's just that it just don't fit her.
Yeah.
Like if this was for Matrix, it might have been perfect. But
ooh, okay. This is giving Mother of the Bride. We got Tory Burch and custom Tory Burch. Oh, this is Tory Burch. Why did I always think Tory Burch was a man?
I think I would have liked it better if the cream part was like dark too.
I like it a lot. It gives Mother of the Bride. I give this look, Miss Birch. I'll give you
love
like
the
a
top,
6.
Though the top part is
I'm
beautiful.
gonna give it a 7.
I give it a 6.
I love the classy
I'll give
looks.
it like
It's
a-
gorgeous,
It has an
though.
elegant touch to it.
Her face is beat. Earrings are gorgeous. Skin is
Okay,
flawless.
So the Met Gala is for
I'll give it a
fashion.
4.
Is that what Met Gala is for?
Yeah, fashion and culture and arts.
See, don't let me be there. I'm doing
Girl, what day? What day? Then we have, Katy Perry 8 too. We got Katy Perry, Asca de la Renta,
Yeah.
Aquazura Sandal, and Brioni Raymond Jury. I really like Katy outfit. I'm gonna give Katy. I'm rocking with Katy. I give her an 8.8.
Yeah.
It really does.
I'm gonna give her a 7.
Nah, that's too high because I gave Sierra 8.5. I give Katy a even 8. The shoes are underwhelming to me.
Sierra, 9.
Sierra, it's crazy how you remember. She was looking good. All right, so we rated Miss Girl.
Cute.
Miranda Kerr, I like this a lot. Oscar de la Renta as well.
I give it a 6.
And Bulgari Jewelry. I really like the way she looks. I give her a 7.8.
I give her 7.5.
I like it. That's a beautiful. It gives wedding day.
Yeah.
Oof. Next we have Adwoa Abo and Tory Burch.
No.
I actually like the dress. I'm a fan of the dress. I just don't like the way it look on her. Her face is underwhelming in the dress. But she looks cute though, and it's at the same time. I don't know. I give her a
She was ready
4.8.
for a portrait.
Yeah,
I love the
she's
pockets
beautiful.
in that dress.
But I really,
That
her and the
gives
dress
some
are two
pockets.
different aesthetics. I give the dress a
Yes.
7, and I give her. I'll say she's beautiful. I give her 8.
I
But
just don't like that she walked out the house and didn't have time to do her hair. Like, that's what it looks like to me.
yeah, it
If
do.
she would have did something with it, I think she would have pulled the overall look
Yeah.
together a lot better.
I like the shoes too. I like the dress a lot. Dress is definitely an 8, y'all.
Yeah, I like the dress.
Ooh.
Oh, I love
We got
it.
Jasmine Tokes and Zuhair Murad and Chopar Jury.
That color
Ooh,
on her.
we give
That's
her
a
an 8.
10.
I'm
That's a 10 in my
That's
book.
my first 10. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me. Nah, you're right. I'm underwhelming her. I give her a 9.
That's not
So now we're gonna transition. We're gonna transition to 3 more looks, and then we're done for the night. I just wanna, before we get into these final 3 looks, I wanna thank all my guests for coming on tonight. We really had some passionate topics. Before we finish up the looks, does anybody have any closing words for podcast tonight? How the vibe was? How y'all feeling?
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for being on the
I
platform.
agree. Thank you for letting me experience my
Yeah,
first
dude.
podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
You popped my podcast cherry.
Bing, 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 bing. Ring the bell. Bing, bing, bing.
Shout out to my boy Allen Iverson.
Okay. AI, yeah. we love Allen Iverson, number 3. Anyway, moving along. Speaking of 3, we got 3 more looks. We have Cardi B and Versace. She looked amazing. I give Cardi a 9. I love the gold. I love the
It's
Versace.
reminding me of Dreamgirls. I love the
I love
dress,
the
though.
hair.
I love it.
I love it. It really does give Hood
Yeah.
Selena.
If y'all ever seen Beowulf and y'all remember, like, the evil, fake queen or whatever, and she was dipped in
She was a witch.
She was dipped in the evil witch, and she was dipped in all gold, but she was beautiful. Yeah, I give her a 9.
She looked like
No,
money.
you did not compare to the evil Richard
She
Beowulf.
looked like money.
Cardi, you look great, girl.
I know.
I liked it a lot. Amazing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hips and dips, giving body. I like the gloves, the gold gloves. The toes are great. The nails are great. Great, Cardi, 9. I should give you a 10 because it's literally nothing I see that throws me off.
Are
You look
looking for
amazing.
this right here?
I give Cardi a 9.5. Cardi 8. And I don't want people talking about how you rate Cardi higher than Nicki. Yada. It's just one look. Let's relax. I ain't say of all time.
Exactly.
Calm down, everybody. The next look was Kylie
So
Jenner.
the whole time you would put Nicki over Cardi?
Yeah, Nicki got looks. At the end of the day, I love Cardi and I love Nicki, and I don't like one more than the other. But Nicki influenced a whole wave. It was bitches out here like bobbing their hair, doing different colors, all of that. Skirts, miscolors, dual hair. And I'm not saying women are not doing what Cardi are doing, but Nicki really inspired a wave and held it for 10 years plus.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of women are not doing that. The last female rapper to do that was Missy Elliott and also Little Kim, obviously, Salt and Pepper. Like, rappers who influence the age. Cardi's going to get there, but it takes time. She's going to influence the girls, but yes. No, not Missy showing the Beowulf picture. But yeah, I like Cardi's look a lot. Next was Kylie Jenner in the off-white dress. You know, rest in peace, Virgil. Oh my God, what happened to Virgil?
I like this.
Give it a 7.
I have
Is
mixed
this a
feelings.
hat that she has?
It's a hat, yeah.
It's like a hat
With the
veil.
veil,
It gives me hood wedding. I like that aesthetic, like, you know, like a streetwear wedding. So I give her like a 6 for that. I just think she's like unflattering in the makeup, no jewelry. I feel like I wish I could have seen that, but that's okay. I'm not picky, but I give it a 6. I really like that dress though. Give the dress an 8. Ooh, next is Molly Sims. I really like the dress, Miss Sims. I'm gonna give this dress a 10.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you an 8. So let's round it a 9 overall. I'm rocking with it. That dress is nice. Not a dress. Literally, she's matching to the T. Purse.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7.
Jewelry is rocking. I give her like an 8, a high 8.
I love the cut on her shoulder line.
Yes, me too.
That looks
It's
so
gorgeous.
flattering for her.
And we could do one more for good luck.
Oh,
We got Jack Harlow and Givenchy. I really like the suit. I give the suit a 9. Jack, we love you, Jack. Me too. We love you, Jack. But, you know, I give how you looking. You know, I wish you would have filled your eyebrows in a little bit.
Yeah, because it's kind of like.
Yeah, it's a little underwhelming.
Who
but
is this?
Jack Harlow? Oh, yes. We have next Iman. That's Iman the model. We give Iman, that look is gorgeous. I give Iman a 10.
A 10.
Yes.
To me, this is like a Met Gala look.
Yes.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Iman 8, obviously.
Like, she killed it.
And then last but not least, all right, we really gonna last but not least. Let's do Kerry Washington and Tory Burch.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, I like this a lot. I give the dress a 10.
This is a 10.
I like Kerry too. No, Kerry Washington we didn't do. I give her a 9 too.
She has the same. Her dress is familiar to somebody else when you
She's
read it.
gorgeous. All right, I love the designs. We, you know, rated a few looks. Yeah, we got my girl. What's her name? I forgot her name. Cara Delevingne. I really like the braless
like
look,
it.
the gold. I give her
really
a
like
7.
Yeah, wow.
A
I
7.
don't like her makeup at all, but
I actually like the makeup.
I feel
I'm
like
underwhelmed
that is
with the
really
placement
nice,
of
like
the
a
gold
Met
on her
Gala
chest.
look for me.
Like, I wish she would have did, like, maybe tape.
I feel like the pasties.
So
You
they
talking
was
about the
lifted.
pasties?
No, I don't mind the pasties. I'm talking about, like, her
No,
boobs
bra.
could have been a little higher.
Yeah.
Like, especially for, like, that look. Her boobs are nice, though. They sitting. They just could have been sitting a bit higher. Oh, I like the shoes. Give the shoes an 8. And, yeah. That was a great look. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out, you know, being supportive of the podcast today. You know, I'm going to be more consistent. I'll try to promise that on this podcast. But, you know, I don't know. We'll try. But good night, everybody. Thank you for listening. And tune in next week. All right, bye.
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 Now you're losing millions, but you still got billions. What's it mean to you when you see us out here bleeding? It don't make no difference. You gon' still be selfish. $1 is a winner.